You've fallen for my trap. Welcome to the dungeon. Hello, and thanks for stopping by. Today we have a Daniel viewer build by Project Shadow 003, I believe. They're also a YouTuber. They asked me to try this out, experiment for them. So the general idea was an infinite bioenergy build, but it comes across as a gun build. So they gave me the equipment, they gave me the deck, didn't give me any of the skills, so this is free reign for me and what I feel is best. That's not what they said, that's what I'm doing since it wasn't given. Which is fine, because I think I know what I want. This is the only outlier. So, first off, with the actual build that was given to me, we have Viral Canister 3 for more infection rate, Modified Gear 2 so that we pop the guns out quicker, and then Fresh Blood 3 so that the creatures bite more often, which is good if you can actually spam with it. And then Bioenergy Tank 2, which this, in conjunction with the build, should help with the desired goal. And then the deck. Double Zombie, VX Zombie, Imposter Zombie, Machine Gun, Turret Rifle, Infection Vapor, Discount Clone, Shuffle Mod, and Efficiency Mod creatures. So, because we have this, I am using Overclock. I am not using the Equilibrium mod because, one, it wouldn't be as good, two, it is, you know, what's the word, counterintuitive? Counterproductive? It contradicts itself, because it doesn't work since it pauses bioenergy with the VX zombie. So until, Area 1, this is all we have for bioenergy. Area 2, then we have this, so suddenly we have two things that pause bioenergy. Eventually, that's all we're gonna have. Now, Area 3 and this skill is the only thing I'm not quite sure about. We have guns, right? Two guns. We have infection. We have the VX zombie. That leads me to automatically want to use Invincible. Since it's kind of like a gun build, but not really, I would more inclined to use Invincible for door games. Jump into a zombie, get a few hits, get the grab, and then go, for the machine gun. But it's not purely a gun build. It's mostly creatures, to be honest. So that makes me think Sadist. So, and either one of those things really determines what your area card is. Because if you have Invincible, sure, Invincible doesn't really work with Remote Shell. All Invincible does with Remote Shell is make you invincible when you stand up. Because you have to stand up as the Remote Shell. You jump in, your Invincible immediately turns on, but you have to manually stand up, and that animation is slow. So your invincibility is wasted during the stand-up period. But with this guy, you can jump in, and then he's automatically invincible. So that leads me to think I want to use Sadist with this guy, because he comes with Sadist, and then that'd be a double Sadist. And then he'd be doing more damage, and then more bioenergy, more infection, and he already has a lot of health, so I could use that instead. And I could use Sadist with this guy. I wouldn't need Invincible with him, because he's completely armored. The only thing Invincible will protect me from are kicks, flashbangs, and Kashima. So, I don't know. If I can do 2 matches, that's if. If I can do 2 matches, I think I'll use both cards. And I'm going to be using Sadist instead of Invincible. We only have 2 guns, and only one of them is manual control, so I think it's okay not using Invincible. Other than that, the whole theme is actually about bioenergy. With the Shuffle mod and this guy, I'm not really... I don't know if it's going to work, but we'll see. We also have Clone, which will help us get the bioenergy as well, so you'll keep getting the overclock. But anyway, that's what we got. And I'm curious to see if it actually works, and if choosing Sadist is the right choice over Invincible. Sad that Endurance isn't good enough anymore, just because of the Kashima. Good job, Neobards. Anyway, let's see how it goes.
J'ai assisté à des révolutions, à des massacres. J'ai croisé des pauvres, des riches. Mais aujourd'hui, je vois quelque chose de nouveau. On peut toujours trouver un fou si on cherche bien. Mais il faut se donner la peine de chercher. Et si nous cherchions ensemble, ok? Ok?
Faut pas recommencer.
Je reconnais que c'est pas la meilleure solution pour vous tuer. Mais... les hommes de ce monde...
Survolpé.
Trouver l'endroit où utiliser ça. On va encore s'amuser. Enfin, moi en tout cas.
Il y a une porte fermée. Je devrais y arriver en appuyant là où il faut.
Tous les chemins. C'est peut-être une clé. Je vous déconseille vivement. Tu meurs, il meurt, je meurs, Umbrella meurt, le monde meurt. Enfin, lui renaît. On court, on meurt. Certes, tu n'as pas choisi cette année, mais au moins tu en auras été témoin. Si vous survivez, vous ferez des courses de tortue. Soyez vraiment plus à l'aise.
Par ici, j'ai de quoi ça.
Soyez sympa et attendez ici. J'en suis sûr que ma-
Je vois ce que vous voulez faire, mais...
Sortez à merveille. Allez continuer. On m'a dit, fais tout ce que veut Alex. Mais rien ne vous y oblige. Continuez à lutter. Mon fils. Tiens, voici les fils. Quand est-ce qu'ils sont morts? Vous pouvez faire? Prenez la carte. Sans douleur, sans regret. Rien qu'une arme composée de chair.
Puissance mentale.
reposer en paix ici.
Bien essayé.
Pas plus en sécurité. Autant de survivants. Pas plus de nourriture pour les zombies de cette zone.
Encore raté.
C'était prévu. Ils sont tous affamés.
Olé. En groupe, je soigne.
Parfait. Cette journée est encore plus intéressante que prévu. Plus on est de fous, plus on rit. Vous savez que j'en ai d'autres, non? Vous progressez, oui. Mais tellement. Une arme parfaitement brutale et adéquate à la situation.
Je peux peut-être voir quelque chose.
poste-là pour vous tenter, n'est-ce pas? En fait, on n'a jamais voulu que vous l'obteniez vraiment.
Vous allez tous mourir. Faites la prière. C'est bon, je gère.
Ok, un peu de sérieux. Voici Croque-Monsieur. Croque tout ce qui passe. Le virus du Dr. Wesker n'a vraiment rien fait pour vous si vous êtes aussi lent. J'ai un sparadrap.
Est-ce que tout le monde va mieux?
Ça, tu tiens à ça. Ça passera. Il faut juste un peu de temps. Un chapeau et un impair.
Allez, on y va.
Échappez-vous et je vous trouverai. Si j'y arrive pas, bah, vous infecterez le monde entier et l'humanité disparaîtra.
Okay. So, excuse me. I didn't do commentaries. I'm not feeling very well. I don't know if that impacted my performance. I made some bad decisions. This is a good team, but ultimately I made bad decisions, and that's one of the reasons I lost. Yeah, let's go get a cosmetic. This is not an infinite bioenergy build. This is not an infinite bioenergy build. Sure, Area 2, not much really happened. I put down 2 turrets, which was really nice. But Jill had a rocket launcher, so it didn't matter. That was poor timing on my part. One of the many bad decisions I made. You know, having all those overclocks wouldn't really have done anything. The infection didn't really do much because they didn't have a whole lot of creatures down. I would not call this an infinite bioenergy build. It definitely tries to be an infinite bioenergy build, but I'm not seeing it at all whatsoever. I like that. That's cute. Is that the only one I missed? No, I already looked at these. You may not have seen them, but I did look at them. Anyway, yeah. So, while the turret is nice, turrets suck. The machine gun is nice. Having guns and zombies, you know, that in itself is a good build. But trying to go for infinite bioenergy with this is just weird. I mean, if you could just spam turrets and have a whole lot of creatures down, that would be really cool. I guess that may be the point. I don't know. If you really wanted to spam turrets, I think you'd have to get rid of the machine gun and pop in the air cannon. That way you can cycle through it quickly. The turret did help in certain scenarios, but this is a bad map for turrets. Area 1 is good for turrets, Area 2 not so much. The security device by the exit, that's a good spot for turrets, but I screwed that up. Jill had a rocket launcher. I screwed that up. I shouldn't have put the turrets down. I did anyway. Let's see. The Mr. X play was bad. Everybody's running Yellow Herb Val, just trying to kill Mr. X and not go down. Which, you know, is a good build for Valerie. I mean, back when I said that Valerie needed some changes, I was saying she should have had, like, her own shotgun. And that's basically what that Valerie was doing. So, you know, props to that Valerie. Let's see. I think Sadis was a good choice. No one used the Kashima, so, you know, that was nice. They weren't assholes. They didn't use the Kashima. This guy, I can't really say if he was good or bad, because I didn't really get to control him. I don't think he got stunned by the shotgun when he got shot in the chest, but he did get stunned because he got shot in the back, which is his only weakness. I screwed up with the turrets at the first Biocore. I shouldn't have put that other turret in there. That was my mistake. Overall, take away some of the mistakes that I made with the turrets. This is a good match. Could I have won? I think so. After that Area 1, that was a really good Area 1. I did a lot because they split up. And this is an okay map to split up on, especially because of my preset and the lack of bioenergy in Area 1. This is a good map for it, but they almost lost in Area 1. So while the build itself is good, I mean, I think the build is good. Could it have some changes? Definitely could use some changes. But definitely not an infinite bioenergy build. I mean, yeah, you could just keep popping this out, but what are you gonna keep popping? Creatures that will just get gang smacked by tiny pea shooters. Yay. Pop out the turrets that are dumb and can barely hit people. Awesome. I'm not downing the build. I'm just saying that the theme for infinite bioenergy, I wouldn't say this is the build for it. That's all. By itself, you know, it's a good build. I did great with this build. My extra damage complemented the infection. The bites didn't really matter since I didn't really have a lot of creatures on there. This was good, but it rarely came into play. In Area 1, this was really the only time I got to use it. In Area 2, I put down a few things, but everything was wasted once I put down 2 turrets. They cost 4. The second one costs 5. The machine gun costs 4. That's more expensive than anything I have. This costs 4 because of the discount. So, you know, I could have put this here and make it cost 1, but it didn't really matter. So, yeah. This is a good build. As far as changes, well, I don't know. You really have to decide what you really want this to be. I like the turret. It's just, I wouldn't put a turret in a gun Daniel build because you can't manually control it. I would just put the normal rifle in there because, you know, you can control that. You'll get your shots. The turret by themselves are just dumb. They do help. They do good. But if you want to do like a actual gun build, I don't think this is it. The creatures, you know, they're good. I mean, the build itself is good. I don't really have any complaints other than the turret. So by itself, I think it's fine because I did amazing. They barely had any time. They were constantly at 1 minute or 1:30 constantly. And that by itself, you know, I did well, and even with my mistakes, they still had barely any time. So this is a good build. I just think you should maybe get rid of this, because the only thing you're gonna get this is overclock, because you're not gonna be able to last with this guy, purely because if you use endurance, you might get the Kashima. If you get the invincible, they're probably just gonna run away. That's why I chose Sadist, because even if they had the Kashima, you know, if they don't have it, I can do a lot of damage. And that was one of the biggest reasons I won, because they didn't expect the damage, and because they didn't use the Kashima. Amazing. But anyway, yeah, I'm not feeling good, so this is the only match I'll be able to do today. That's why the videos have been kind of slow. Stomach problems, basically. But yeah, thank you Project Shadow 003, I believe that's the whole name, for this build. So I don't have any more good suggestions. Sorry I can't do a second match. I was hoping I could with this guy. Maybe this instead. But can't do it right now. So thank you everybody for watching. If you enjoyed, please remember to press that like button. It helps more people find my channel. Subscribe if you haven't already. And as always, have a great day.